Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to a Monday on Medieval Engineers. Woo! Turn around. So, how's ya doing? Wait for folks to get in here, I guess. Hopefully just because it's Monday, people will or hopefully not because it's Monday. I don't know. Hopefully folks will come around. But we could start by checking out the new barn I finished building over the weekend. Yeah. It's a barn. It's gonna be the booze barn. Might even try to figure out how to put a title on it for that. Light it up. Make it a dance floor. Put some oh yeah, because there's some tavern guys. So this could be my tavern. And you know, it could be shaped. It could be a barn converted into a tavern, of course. Why not? Why not just have the tavern in the barn where you're making all the alcohol right outside with the vineyard and the orchard? Is it grape time? Not those ones, but these ones are ripe. Look at that. A lot of grapes on those. That's interesting. So I planted this row at a different time than the other ones, which is why they are ready to harvest and the other ones are not. These ones will probably come ready again at some point. Pretty sure. I've been there for a while though. Alright, I have a place to store the grapes right here. And the hops. The hops plants that I had out along here kind of died. I didn't actually get a chance to gather them that much. But I'm not too pressed about the hops. I'm not a big fan of beer, and even the beer in the games is not that impressive as far as the stats. Do you see what I see? I see some apples on these trees, so it's time to get to harvesting some apples. Get that. Apples on the trees. So this one's got apples too. Get all that. There's another one. Which one is? I gotta get it targeted. I mean, I don't got a little. Oh, okay, that was a bush. I was like, oh, I hope I didn't mess up an apple tree. But there's a bush that grows back in here in a spot that. And that's okay. I'll pick that bush. There's still some apples in here. There it is. That's the one that's growing all crooked. Yeah, right there. He's growing all kinds of crooked. And these ones I just planted, but the back row are ready for a harvest, it looks like. Well, I mean the front row I've planted at a different time than the back row. Anyway. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, got him. I don't know if it would be better if they were in sync or not. Probably not. You know, 'cause at least if they're not in sync, I have a better chance of getting some if I notice them. This is going to be a lot of apples. I'm going to end up with a lot of apples, which are great because the apple pie is super amazing for mining and building purposes, like if you want to get some things done fast, especially digging. Oof. I'll have to demonstrate it later. I got a bunch of apple pie inside, ready to go. I haven't made any chicken in a bit though. I probably could catch some chickens and cook them. As you can see, I tore it down. That stupid non-functioning trebuchet I just gave up on that whole thing, and I went into creative, and I built one. So we're gonna go into creative here in a minute, maybe, and check that out that way, and then we'll come over here. Maybe we'll build it. Except if I build it over here, it's a lot of weight blocks. It's a lot of invested materials. I really want to be sieging something that's at least fun to siege. Deer harvest. Well, that's a bug for another bug for you. That the deer falls down, but the pit box is still where it was standing at. If you're ever wondering how to target the deer, how do you target that dead deer? Very carefully. Let's see here. What do we want to tackle next? Well, I think that's pretty much it as far as like the new stuff on here. I mean, at the barn. You go look at the barn better. Take a closer look at it. Talk about how we're going to decorate it. So I like these oak trees. I'm going to try to keep these 2 oak trees where they're at. They're pretty nice. I still think I might end up building some buildings in this area over here. Something make like a pottery building there, maybe. But I was pretty happy that the roof stayed up. I didn't have to put any beams in, although I may end up putting some kind of beam work in. I'm not sure. I kind of like it nice and open the way it is. I definitely am going to put some you know, like a structure that, oof, I gotta be careful. A structure that that sets like up at the top with a pulley and a rope and, you know, maybe a bale of hay or something dangling from it. You know, because that's what you traditionally do. I might try to, like, up on the top level here, do some, make it look like there's something being stored up here. But down on the bottom, and I'm thinking like on this level, I'm going to put a bunch of wine barrels and things. On both sides, wine barrels. But then on the bottom here, somehow arrange it so that this is like a bar. Maybe have the bar in the corner here. Have some tables and chairs out along the sides. Keep the middle open for, like, you know, like it was a dance thing. You know, maybe even up here would be the, you know, if you were having like a entertainment, could be up here, from up here. That'd be awesome. I would think that would be awesome. For anybody that was down in the middle. I don't know. We could rearrange some of these platforms too, because these don't have to stay. It's pretty self-supported. The roof is from the walls and stuff, so it seems like it'd be okay. Seems like it'll be okay. So we can pretty much do whatever we want down on the bottom floor and everything else. But yeah, lots of wine barrels on this second floor, where the and yeah, we might get rid of one of these. We might probably get rid of this front stairs, possibly. We'll see. We'll see what we're gonna do. I'm not sure I'm gonna keep this back door either. I don't know. I just figured you would have like a big barn door that would open like that for like a wagon or something that would come in originally, or maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll keep it, maybe we won't. I don't know. But this is a small grid door, which is like custom, which is why the woodwork doesn't exactly match. Now, the blueprint that I had originally started with, that was going to be a barn, that was going to be this barn. Well, first of all, it had a whole different roof system because it was all vanilla. These are actually the modded roof sections, 60s and 90s and 30s. So to get that barn shape. And then there was no, but this is a small grid door that I had placed in. I actually had to place it against the beam that goes across the top of that that wall space. So there's actually no wall there. That's all custom beam work in that little space. And it seems to support everything. It seems to be supported above it, so I guess it works. I'd love to be able to turn on my ability to see the structural integrity of stuff in here, and I probably could even blueprint this. Like, that might be a good idea. That might be a great idea. Now I'm thinking about it. We're talking about going into creative shortly. If I just Control B of the barn. The barn. Oh, actually, well, it's not the booze barn yet. I'll save it again after when I put all the decorations in it. We'll just call it the barn for now. The barn. And then we can check out the structural integrity in creative in a minute. Kind of. Maybe I should do that with my castle too. Except it's on a hill. I'd have to find a hill that kind of matched, or go to this. Well, I could just go to the same location in the creative world. It should have the same topography as this originally did. Of course, I dug out some stuff for this before I, or did I? Did I not? I did not. That was the problem. That was one of the problems. I did not dig out underneath where I should have before I started doing the things. Also, why I ended up with things around the edges too. That I could probably easily get these fixed now with the shovel. I keep forgetting to just actually do it. Fill these holes. Although, you know, invaders, you know, can get trapped in there. That's fine. I know they're there. I'm not going to fall on them. Okay, so barn blueprinted. Well, let's go to creative because it's going to be a lot easier to show you the trebuchet. Talk about why it is the way it is and how it works. And the blueprint that I published on the workshop today. Alright, so head to the main menu here real quick. Trebuchet Science 101. I don't know how well you guys can see the thumbnail screenshot, but it's got like a diagram that I tried to superimpose over top of the trebuchet screenshot. Anyway, there's a couple different lengths that we got to consider when designing a trebuchet. The length from the main pivot, which is at the top of the either of those arms, the main pivot, the length of the throw arm from that pivot to the rear pivot, that holds the weight. So from the central pivot to the weight pivot, that's a distance that we got to consider to be L1, or the length from there to there, the pivot to pivot length. And then you got to think about the length of your arm. Fortunately, we don't got to figure out all these optimal lengths from experimentation or by using math, because it's all been done for us. So we just need to know the ratios, and the ratio to those two lengths is 1:4. So whatever length you have between your pivot and your main pivot and your weight pivot, whatever length that is, your throw arm, the length from the pivot out to here, should be 4 times longer than that. And that's pretty easy to do when you're working with blocks that tell you, their length. So, in fact, what did I end up doing here exactly? Let me do some of that and that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So makes that pretty easy, right? It is 40 blocks long that direction. So, 1 full length timber this way, and then we put our pivot. Now, if I wanted to be real exact here, since the pivot is technically like a half a block space off of the regular grid, I could have been a little more precise by using a 9 length instead of a 10 right there. Would have got it closer to the actual ratio, to the perfect ratio of 1:4. But this is what I did. So yeah, one timber from the pivot and 4 timbers up this way, and then place the hook right there at the end of that. So those are all, that's the ratio. And so then the next thing you gotta think about, and the next length that is how long your rope is going to be. But before you can really consider where you're going to put your catapult, your ammo, you really got to get your arm down and make sure that it is at the right starting angle. Now, I designed this one so that there would be no way to overcrank it. So, boom, then bring it all the way down. And it is then at the perfect 45-degree angle. It's pretty close. I mean, if it isn't perfect, it's about as close as you can get visually anyway. Because if you look at this is 45 degrees. And if you kind of line those up, they're parallel. So 45 degrees. Perfect starting angle for the pitch. Now, the next length you got to consider is your rope length. So the rope length would probably be from right at that point back to wherever you place the ammunition. Now this it has 3 places to set some ammunition, and the length that is ideal, and these may not be perfectly ideal. I think they're kind of close. In fact, it would be it might actually be better to have them further back, even farther back. I mean, technically you might be able to get a little bit further space. We can experiment with that here in a minute. So supposedly the ideal length for your rope to the ammunition that you're trying to throw is just short of the length of your throw arm. So your ammunition should definitely be you know, really the ammunition should probably almost be in line with the with that weight, directly underneath that weight when it starts. So we'll experiment with that. We'll bring it back a little bit further. But this is the way that I saved the blueprint and published it, and it is fairly effective this way. Now, right now, there's only that many iron blocks in it. And the reason I'm not bothering with any containers is because containers are kind of buggy as far as like when they decide they're gonna, you know, report their weight to the physics engine or whatever. I'm not even sure what's going on here, but you can see I can, you know, tip that scale right there a little bit, but this has 0 rocks, and this one is entirely full rocks. Is it going to? See? No. See? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I had slightly different results in a pure vanilla world, but they were still not consistent. So containers as weights, bad idea. You can see this one's got entirely full gold compared to what, like, I think I got like a couple of copper in this one. Yeah, 1 stack of copper in that one. Yeah, definitely not equal weight, but according to the scale, pretty equal. So yeah, container weight, it had to be out because of this experiment. So we decided to go with pure iron. Yeah, you can see I actually had an ore thing on this. And on this one, you see I had these iron blocks because I seen this in some other people's blueprints. I think it was even in the official blueprint. But don't do that. Don't do that. This is a lot smooth. This has a much smoother rolling action. I think it's because there's no weight on the arm with the rope. All of the weight is where I did want weight to help keep everything smooth and stuff was a little bit of weight right on the central pivot. I added a little weight to this end. I don't know if it would be a better idea to have it actually in the basket than up on there. I think it's the same. I think it's really the same. But actually, it really isn't the same now that I'm thinking about it, because it's all about moving the center of gravity to a position that's not on this pivot, you know. So, and then the center of gravity actually shifts as it swings. So it probably would be best to remove the ones that are on the end here, but to keep the weight by putting them in the middle of here instead. There we go. That should actually be more correct. Anyway, I should toss this stone at this here little gate fortress here. You can see actually I've already thrown 3 stones at this thing. But that's the fun of it. At least I can actually, in creative here, have something to destroy that I'm not going to hurt anybody's feelings about. And I've also discovered something else with, I don't know if it's just in vanilla. I think it is in both vanilla and in regular. If you are kind of far away from the warp drum when you activate it, looks like nothing's happening. And really nothing's happening. What has to happen is the player has to get close enough to the small grid, subgrid, that is meant to move in order to update it. And then once I get super close to that piece, it just activates and then it goes. Boom! Oh, hit that wall. Destruction. Okay, so we can demonstrate one way to actually aim. So say I was going over where I was intending to go. Gotta get it reloaded here. Oh, plus we wanna test that length of the rope situation, right? So according to other researchers, not me, just a general other way of research. Let's remove that for a second. And supposedly, let's do 4. Well, let's get another full length of timbers out this way, right? Okay, so what we got? We know the arm is 40 long, so 10, 20, 30. 30 brings it to where we had it, right? Approximately. So that's quite shorter than what the research would probably recommend. It actually says it's supposed to be about the same length. So what is that? What are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I just added 10, so I just need to add 4 more on the end here. Actually, let's just throw our cup there, and then that's going to be a pretty good test. We should see a major difference here, if there's going to be a difference at all. We should also definitely put the guides on the side here, though. So let's do full length guides, so it doesn't get out of its trough. Let's put one in there. So there we go. And like I said, I figured as much. It would be like, it's actually just like almost in line with the front of the basket, according to the science. So let's see if this actually is better, or did I have it in a good spot already? I know I moved them back from where I originally started with them, and it improved the distance quite a lot, and I thought it was optimized, but you know, maybe if I'm to believe the paper, oh, definitely not. That was short. Okay. It would seem that that's not the spot. But it could all just be a matter now of changing some of the other settings, because there's a lot of other settings that we got to consider. We don't want to change the weight because we were getting a consistent throw. That way we can get a consistent throw. Now, obviously, in a siege situation, you want to throw a lot farther than this. You're going to need a lot more weight. But I tried to make the blueprint reasonable for at least, you know, getting it working. And then you just add much more weight until it throws as far as you need it to. Now, I have a feeling that I had it pretty much in the optimal position. But we can do it like this. We can pick it up and set it pretty much wherever we want on this platform, you know. So we can get whatever distance we want. So let's and if I want, I can also put some cross beams in there, so keep it from rolling backwards, because apparently there is just ever so slightly a roll, because this is not exactly not exactly the place in the world where I initialized this grid. Now, the other thing I was kind of wondering is, all right, so that's a little bit different. That should provide a slightly different result. Let's see what's happening here. And then of course I gotta touch it. So that wasn't too bad, but it was a little further than the one I just shot, but it still wasn't as good as where I had it the first time. So I might have it optimized there. So maybe I need to restart the live server. It's down. Oh, good to know. Thank you. Game servers. Hope it's not a crash loop. Let's check. Must have restarted itself. I still got... Oh yeah. Fallen Hunter. It says you tried to connect twice. Well, maybe it's not the server thing, but it did just restart. I see that it did just recently restart, so it must have crashed over something. Oops. Okay. We were adjusting the next, getting ready to make the next adjustment. So maybe the actual ratio there should be like 3 times the original L1 number. Because it's nice to just have a nice formula that you can just be like, all right, this is my initial length. Everything else is based off of this. And I think I might actually have nailed it where they were originally at. So here, let's do one more test here. We'll go. Oop, nope. We'll go. Let's see. Let's just right there, right? Maybe back just a little bit. Okay, stop moving, you. I mean, that's a hair behind of where it would be if it was in the cup. Okay, just keeping an eye on the console for you guys if you're trying to connect to the live server. There we go. See, now that's the way it's supposed to go. See, even that though is still a little shy, so I think I kind of had it exactly right in the first place. Even if it isn't actually maybe slightly too long. I know I had some pretty good results putting it like right there. And I just got rid of the gears because that just does not actually matter once you set it up to the point where you don't have to worry about over tightening the drum. Plus the weight, having a good amount of weight in there makes it not floppy and flop around and stuff. And come down a lot smoother. The more weight you have in there, I think. It rolled all the way back there, didn't it? So we go slightly ahead of where the original spot was at. Maybe not that far ahead. Make sure it didn't. Yeah, they're slightly ahead of the original cup spot. Now, if I really did have it optimized, or didn't have it optimized, we should shoot over this thing, because when it was in the cup, it was shooting, it was hitting this this upper wall right here. So if it doesn't go over the whole castle, or go over at least that wall, then I did really have it optimized already, which is awesome. And ooh. Well, it wasn't quite optimized. Oh, and the server just crashed. Okay. I see. Alright, well. Let's bring it to a full stop. Not sure what it's up to over there. What are you up to? Oh, we'll have to go check out this live server here in a minute, but all right, fully stopped. Starting it up again. All right. Well, okay. So we talked about the three lengths, right? And yes, there. I could probably actually pull it back closer by one. So I'm gonna say that the paper, like as far, at least as far as medieval engineers goes, our ratio is not going to be the same. And what you're probably looking for is whatever your initial length was. And our initial length was 10. I would say 3 times that back from the hook point, straight back from the hook point. So, and which is a pretty close to what we got. I think we're like a little off one, and then the 10, and then let's see, 10. Well, 10 would not be, well, sort of, kind of is actually. Even right there, if the ball would have been, maybe we could pull the cups back by 1, and it could help. The only way I can test that is just pull that out and put a cup back in there. Okay. Let's put it in that cup. Let's see here. Come on. There we go. Well, that dropped the entity count by a lot. Oh, no. There it goes back up. Oh. Just looking at the other screen. All right, let's try this throw. Let's get it connected first. Watch out! Oh yeah, that definitely was ever so slightly better. Ever so slightly better. Okay, well, honing it in. I'm still going to leave that published just the way it was because I don't think it should be a perfectly polished catapult, because then people will use my own stuff against me. For sure, I know what would happen. Let's pull back one more and see if that's even better. So there we go. Now, if this is, okay, well, what was all that? Okay, hang on. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to read the console over here. There's all kinds of fatal exceptions going on. Yeah, what did you put down? Talk to me, dude. Scrolling down. Fine. Damn. It's not in a crash loop, is it? Okay, it's booted back up. it is... No one's connected to it right now. I want to finish these tests though real quick. We're so close. Oh, I gotta finish bringing it down. See if this one's even better yet. So if this throw is even better than the last throw, oops, I gotta give it a nudge. No, that was equal to the original spot. Okay. Well, there we go. We've optimized that location now too. So just have to remember that if we want it to be perfect, we have to remove that one crossbeam, move the cups back by one. And whenever we're putting them on the side over here, we probably will need to do that as well, like bring this board back a bit or something. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that now, though. It's kind of hard to get it to go sideways anyway. It's a pain in the peacock. All right, nice. Are you getting logged in all the way, or is it crashing the moment you load in? And keep it. Okay, and all right. Anyway, well, that's the main thing. Then the only other consideration is the weight in the basket. Obviously, your total weight in here needs to be at least 4 times the weight of, or is it 4 times, or is it equal to the weight of the ball? I mean, the balls are 100, right? Look at our inventory. They are 100 kilograms. Weights are 50 kilograms, and I have about 100 of them in there. And it throws it okay. I mean, obviously it needs to be more than 4 times. 4 times would be like equilibrium, and it would basically fall in front, theoretically. So you would probably need to be like 5 or 6 times at least throw it forward. The weight of the projectile, and then the more you go over that weight of that multiplier weight, then, or the more it is multiplied, you know, yeah. The more the difference, the greater the result. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the server seems to be in a crash loop, so whatever happened recently, we must undo, and I need to restore it. So give me 1 second, man. I'm bringing it down. I don't know what it is, but it's probably best just roll it back. Kind of think, was I on there doing anything? Not really. Okay. But there it is. That's the catapult design and how it works, and the principles, or at least the things that people discovered, and the ratios that seem to work on medieval engineers. So 1 to 4 to 3, apparently, approximately. The length of the rope is about 3 compared to the other stuff, and then yeah, about, well, let's see. I got 100 times 50, 50K, 50,000 kilograms to throw a 100 kilogram rock. However long that is. Would you say that's about 50 meters? I don't know. How long's one of these blocks? It's about 2 meters. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14. 30. Yeah, a little less than 50. There's something else I was going to try, which was to throw like multiple balls. But here, let me fix the server real quick, guys. You guys can enjoy this view real quick while I finish this up. This doesn't take too long. But yeah, we're just going to restore it back to the last good save. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Well, was there any questions on how this works? I think we got it. I think we nailed it. I do. Like I said, I really got close to the ratio we needed. We just need to do the one thing here. Let's see. Take this out. That back out. So really, in the schematic, all we'll have to do is remove that one beam and move our cops forward one space. And then that should be perfectly optimized. All right, let's see if we can't get the Oh yeah, of course. Alright, bringing her back up. Hopefully she's all good. This time, we'll see. I'm going to be attempting to join into the main server now too, because we need to get back to business. Now that I showed you all that, we need to go actually set it up and assault something. Maybe. It seems like a waste though to try to attack Nox's little tower there. And Nox's not even around today. What's up? Oh, I thought I seen him online. Checking this, checking that. That says it should be good. Oh, there we go. Join round. Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on here. Here we go. Says it's connected. Hey. Oh, I'm in. Nothing to report yet. I see Fallon's attempting to connect now. This will be interesting to watch all the whatever happens on the console at this point. Hey, is my garden ready to harvest? Looks like it is. No. Not quite. Okay, looks like Fawn's, according to the server he's on, we'll see. In, whatever. Alright, now we just need, like I said, we need a good target for a trebuchet attack now. Woo-ha. Oh yeah, we picked all those apples. That's what we're doing on here last. Apple picking. Actually, I don't need those either. Okay, always got deer meat to put away. And hides. Ooh, this box is getting a little full. Well, it's okay. I really want to take my catapult somewhere and shoot it at something. Oh, what the? Ooh, there's a bit of lag. And that's the server crashing. Dang it. What is going on? Hold on. What? Alright, well, I'm gonna have to roll it back further, obviously. Stop. Oh, well, this isn't how I expected my Monday to go. Oh, hang on, I'm staring at this going, which one do I want? Well, it's been, oh man, okay. Alright, bringing it back up. This is like 20 minutes, or what is it, 5 minutes back from the previous save? Hang on. What? What's the increments? I think it's supposed to be 5 minutes. Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Alright, well, if this one don't work, we're going to have to go another 5 minutes. Oh, scary. Okay, joining in. It's probably be nothing different for me because I was off the server when all this started. That's a good quote. Interesting. Do I have apples in my inventory now? Bet I don't. No, I do have apples in my inventory. Okay. Grapes. And on the vines. Are the grapes still in the thing? I don't know. Don't know how many grapes I had before. Garden's still planted. Waiting for those textures finish loading out. The pretty purple field. There it goes. Not sure what's up with all that. It's a bunch of deer. Hey deer. Oh, that's not what's supposed to happen. Hello, dear. Oh dear. Alright, well this one was still moving a second ago. Can I... Oh, it gave up too. Oh no, this is not good signs. Not good signs at all. Oh, there's another one. Is it gonna freeze up? No, this one's gonna stay around. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, up that way. Oh, there's two. God, so many of them. Look, there's one over here too. This couldn't possibly be what the problem is. Maybe. Hello. No, you're not real. Or it's super deer. There we go. There's actual deer. All right. Did Fallen try to rejoin yet? Not yet since this back up. Okay. Maybe. Sometimes it's hard to read. Okay, where were you actually? Okay, there you are. I can always just wait for them to turn into a bag. They're a lot easier to target then. There we go, but I got them. Alright, well, I'm guessing that Fallen stepped away out of frustration. Probably. Let's go see if we load his area, though, if the game crashes. That'll be good to know. Because we just had an autosave, and if there's still an issue over there, then I need to stop the autosaves and, you know, roll it back even further. Levels. Hang on, I might need to take extra food with me. Oh, I've got all these apples. Put those away. I mean, still got my treasure. At least that didn't get undone. Okay, and then some kind of food to take me over there. I want to make some hodgepodge just because it's easy. travel food. Probably make some goulash, but I almost think it's better just to use that for money. Alright, that's more than enough to get me there and back. Okay. Actually, we can travel right into his kingdom since we are allied. Woof. That definitely caused all kinds of fun messages on the thing. That's a lot of messages. Raising event on object not recognized by replication block transmission wood down with frame. What? Okay, well it didn't crash yet. Oof. But yeah, number of yeah, definitely spam the log teleport in here. Of course, that's normal whenever you load into something new. But now I guess since we're over here, we can take a look at what Fallen's been up to. He's got a gate around this thing. He's kind of like sticking out around all of his edges, though. So kind of shows the building in all the surrounding area. But he is going pretty large. It looks very nice so far. Little vineyard here. Like there's a bunch of stuff going on over here. It's like some kind of mine. Looks like his windmill and when all this stuff is here. You got one thing powering two. Okay. Or one wind turbine powering two things. It does work like that. They just go a little slower. So far, so good. No crashy yet. I've been over here a few seconds. What's that? Like a... No, that's not an official onager. It's an onager of some sort. Can't get out that way. Ugh. Ugh. There we go. Oh, stairs right here. Ugh. Loose. Aha. Well, this thing right here's got to go, man. This is like danger noodle right here. This thing's super dangerous to have exist. A loose rope drum. Crash server like mad. Go away, rope drum. You must disappear. Goodbye, rope drum. Well, I would say that is 9. Well, I don't know about 90. I'll go 60% likely cause of the crash loop right there. 60% likely. Because there's definitely something in this area. Because it was whenever Fallen was logging in. So I'm going to go with it. It was that rope drum. That's my best guess. Like I said. But I'm only 60% sure. Take it or leave it. Take it for what it's worth. What is this thing? A road sign. Okay. Well, I guess we could show the inside of the building a little bit for folks. Oh, in the middle of scaffolding and things and doing. Looks like he's changing some stuff. Oh yeah, he said he was going to put a wall in there. That must be the wall. or something. Anyway, cool. I'll be coming up here. Oh, yes. Wall right through the middle. And it looks like. No archway here? No way through here? There'll probably be a way through there at some point. Somewhere through there, I would think. Wait. And then classic spiral staircase. Big open upper area. Looks like this is coming along. Little courtyard down in there. Wait. There's no entryway to that, is there? That's fine. Oh no, there is an entry. Okay. There is a way to get in there. Through here. Oh, you just have to look. We're not permitted. Make a nice little herb garden, I guess. Since this kind of looks like, well, I mean, it's not the kitchen. That's clay. That's an enchanting table. I think that's just a decorative fire with puts out light. What do I call this? Oh, does this have an inventory? Oh, it's a shield display, and you can display a whole bunch of different ones apparently. Or it has an inventory to hold all your shields. Actually, that's kind of, you know, I need to put one of those in my guard room. With the weapons rack and stuff. There's a weapons rack right here. Oh, wait a minute. Like this is the merchant, but it's like out of order. Okay, it's in a different order. I guess it's not out of order. It's just in a different order than you might expect. Alright, well, whatever the crash was, I guess we fixed it. Because I'm not having any issues now. I'm still thinking rope drum. Still think it was the rope drum. Has this thing got a rope drum on it too? That's a locking rope drum, that's fine. Does it gotta roll the other way? There we go. That's entertaining. Okay. And this is why you build them in creative before you put them in put them on a server. Because it's so easy to get a situation like this where you get a Phantom Force and it just wigs the frick out. It's quite entertaining to watch. I'm gonna leave the area though. Oh, hang on, I gotta eat food. Yeah, maybe that. So I was, man, I was hoping if I left this area, these deer would be like gone when I came back. Remnants. They're not really there. I'm sure of it. Anyway, doesn't matter though. I think we verified that we fixed it. Making world state snapshot. Okay. Verifiedly fixed. Cool. Yep. Console still says no error. Well, lots of errors, but no crashes. There's always lots of errors. Give this thing a nudge. Looks like some of the crops are done. A few of them. At least if I do it now, I won't have to worry about forgetting about it and then having them turn into weeds or rotting in the field. Okay, so Trebuchet. Well, I don't know where to build the Trebuchet. There's no good target right now. There's nobody up here. I'm not at war with anybody. And I feel like I did as much as I... Ooh, here comes Fallen. Actually now, let's see if... Welcome back. Let's see if you... if it does anything for you. Or let's see how much progress you lost, actually. It's probably the... Because, yeah, this is not really a good... target out here. I mean, I could probably hit it if I was careful, if I kept trying. Again, Nock's not even online right now, so there's that. Yeah, there's look at the skulls all over the place. I put a bunch of skulls in the tripult, and yeah, I put like two or three skulls in each one of the cups and launched it. And yeah, they're like all over the place out here now. Skulls. I probably should turn admin mode on and go around and clean up all like the loose skulls and any trees, because I'm sure these are not good for the performance. But you would think that you could have tons of that stuff and it would matter. By the way, don't jump and then hit an object because you'll die. And it does suck. Funny, but definitely could use a bug fix. Oh, hey, here's much more of this came ready. Give it another spin as I'm going by. It's only been seconds needed. I should have been more patient. Oh well. Fortunately, I wonder if the catapult is going to be wigging out for him over there as well. That would be exceedingly funny. But yeah, you definitely want to definitely want to avoid a no, it's just upside down. Okay. You definitely want to avoid a situation where your rope can where you can continue to add tension. I can't pick this stuff up. I have to cut these trees up and take them in. I'm gonna let them sit around over here on the hill. I've been sitting here for like a week, so they don't despawn, that's for sure. At least not as a tree. Now, once it's a log, I know it'll despawn, because I've cut a tree up and like forgot about it for 5 minutes or so. And by the time I went back, all the logs that were laying around in that area were gone entirely. How much inventory space do I got left? Probably, maybe. Got it. Oh, there's still another one. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Oh, there's trees laying about. Well, I definitely don't have room for all that, but that did help. Let me check chat here. Oh, so yep. Trebuchets are awesome. You should look at the into fats. They're quite a bit more efficient than the classics. Oh, you talking about the falling? Yes. I do know what you're talking about. I seen that. What's his name? The one guy. Perhaps it's a clack. Yeah, clang, clack. Something like that. Anyway, I just wanted to run around the server and make sure that we actually did get it all fixed up. Also, I need to eat the food. Eat the food. Ooh. Put this stuff away. Now, we do have... There is technically some targets I could go throw some rocks at, but they're my own targets. They're not somebody else's. So, which could be fun still. Could still be fun. But for you latecomers, I will jump back over to creative and show you the design again. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just go build it. Maybe that would be the way to go. Of course, I can show it to you right here. And if you I'll end up watching the stream back, or you were watching in the past, you have already seen this, but the basic trebuchet, we were just over in creative explaining all the ratios that I used to build it. And yeah, we did a couple more test fires and tuned it even a little bit more, I would say. But we need something to throw at. You know, I don't think Nock would actually care if I knocked over his little building out there. I mean, it's so small though. It's a very small target. Though I think I could definitely could hone in on that target with a trebuchet. Especially if I put it like up here on the hill. Like if I build it here on the top of the hill, with a pretty clear view of, I mean, the building itself is off to the side a little bit, and of course I could end up hitting the catapult quite a bit as well. But I mean, it's in pretty much perfect line with the road right here. But I need to get the I would need to get the blueprint out on my cursor to know exactly where to place it. It's easy to see down there, but like I said, it's only a 1x1 little structure, so it's very, very, very small. Very small. But anyway, now that I think the server has been fixed, I might jump back over to creative to show you some more guys, show you guys, especially the anybody that's come along recently, the results of all the testing and building again, and maybe throw a few more shots, maybe show how the side-to-side action works. So again, because we really don't have a good targets on the server. Like it said, unless I go shoot at one of my own targets, which I probably shoot at this one, right? Because this is my actual gate, right? This is the ooh, what? It's on the road over here. It really wouldn't matter which side I flung rocks at, but yeah, this is the actual gate that that I have over at the other place, and then the other building that is over Further away from me. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna run out of food. How much? Yeah, maybe. But there's another gate over here that's a lot more squarish in its structure. I'm not, which might provide a little more entertainment if we were trying to shoot at it. It's a little bit bigger target as well too. That's probably not bad. All right, well, let's see if we can't gather up the stuff to build this, and maybe we'll just go over there and build it, just for giggles. Since I've decided I'm not going to keep trying to maintain those places as long as there's nobody trying to get through those places, so there's really no point in it at this point. There's not enough traffic on the server to worry about. And, you know, I didn't try to test my barn while I was over there. That's what I was supposed to do. I was going to look at the barn in structural mode. Anyway, let's look at our parts list, make sure that we have everything we can. To build it, we're going to need 2 house flags, 2 personal flags, 4 round timbers, a whole lot of planks, 2 stacks of clutch box, a crank, a rope drum, 3 of those catapult thingies. So, yeah, let's clean out our inventory of whatever it is we currently have. That doesn't belong, or if we don't need to be taken with us, let's see. Oh, because we definitely don't want to try. Well, first of all, the trebuchet is a stationary thing, so yeah, can't roll it there. Got to build it on site. To do that, we are gonna want. We don't really need the sticks because, but I want a few. I do want a few just in case I want to build some scaffold of sorts. I would definitely, well, I might not need it, but you never know. Alright, so we know we needed some round timber, but it wasn't more than 10, so that's good. We know we need a bunch of regular timber, not extra round timber, regular timber. We know we need a bunch of diagonal timber. I can't remember exactly how much, but it's a few. Let's try to make sure we're not taking extra by too much because we got a lot of. We got to take a lot of stuff. Weights. We got to take a lot of weights. Where is it at? My personal stuff. The Trebuchet basic. Cause yeah, 103 weights minimum. 77 planks. 58 timber. 58 timber. Oof. I feel like 8 times something is 56, so I'm gonna need. And they, what, they stack in 8? No, they stack in 10. Oh, that's good. That's easier. 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, 50 is 60. And then how many diagonals was it? I'm never gonna. I'll just do one thing at a time here. One thing at a time. And diagonals, I only need 8. Okay, so 1 stack will do. 3 of those, 2 stacks of those, 77 planks. Two stacks of catch blocks. 1, 2, and 3 of those. I know I'm going to need those. Well, at least 1 of those. Or 2 of those, I mean. We can put back the extra stack of diagonal lumber. And... oh, what was the other thing? I was trying to remember one other thing, wasn't it? I don't know. 77 of those. Okay, so 8 stacks of planks. Oof, 8 stacks. Alright, no. 77. That's 2 stacks. 2 stacks of planks, because they stack 240. Nice. And then a whole lot of weights that I'm not going to have enough space to carry. But I do know I need, what is it, 2 personal flags? But I also need two of the house flags as well. House flags are probably, what is it, house flags? Cloth and sticks, I hope. And spinning wheel, right? House flags. There they are. And then, yeah, just a whole lot of weights, which I'm going to have to go back and forth to get them all over there. It's just because there's no way I can carry 100 some weights over there in one go. But also going to need food to get back and forth, so QO some food. Oh, good, there's food over here to just take, but then queue some more. Okay, that'll do. Alright, then we also gonna need our extra blueprint control block and one of these and one of these. We know that for sure. Then I'm gonna have to come back for ammunition and weights. So I might as well try to take as many weights as I can, I guess. Okay, as much as I can. Food up. Actually, that gives me another inventory space. Alright, and then we want to jump all the way over to this road where there's a building here that we can set up and shoot at. There it is. Well, looks like it'll be fun. And there's a big open area right out front. That's great for us to build in. Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. Let's just be pretty far, right? Okay, now, hopefully, or maybe, I don't know, we probably will be on the same grid like that. Yeah, there's definitely a grid here. Okay. It seems like that's straight out the front. Okay, I'm gonna go off to the side a little bit with my blueprint planner at least, though. There we go. And then we'll go with our Trebuchet blueprint from earlier. Place the blueprint. Alright, let's see if we can line up again. That looks pretty much straight out the front right there. Let's assume that that would be outside of archer range, right? I think so. I'm not 100%, but I think so. Because that would be the point, that would be the other point of using this, is to get outside of archer range. Now, you want to place it so that the rope spool is not under the ground at all or touching the ground. But not, you don't want it to be too much above the ground, otherwise it'd be hard to. Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, good. It's just going to go in layers like a regular blueprint. So I won't need the weights until later on anyway. There we go. Nice. Oh, can I reach that? Oh, I did. I did reach that. Oh, come on. Can't quite reach that, though. Yeah, see, I should have probably... Ooh. Oh, perfect. Look at that. That's actually kind of perfect. can just walk up that. Boy, this guy's never going to even know what hit him, right? He's never going to see us coming. Never going to even see us coming. Okay, so... can I just place this right on top of... yes, I can. Just have to remember to move this stuff afterwards. Oop. Now I'm going to assume that it took everything out of my inventory that it could and put it into there. See, I'm not sure which components I don't have enough of right at the moment. I'm gonna guess that it's the weights. So this is probably, yeah, this has got to be the point at which it's just like, you have to have the weight. Okay, so eat some food, jump back and get as much weight as we can. Come back right away. Now, I guess the other... man, some of my lights do not want to be working right now. There we go. Is there another one? I think there's another... I feel like there's another one that's not doing what it's supposed to at the moment. Okay, now let's put the remaining ingredients away. Just get all of the space back that we possibly can, so we take as many weights as we possibly can. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. We will eat food, but then leave the rest of it here except for 3, because we need that to get back. Likely. Weights. That's right. Weights. All the weights. And that is indeed all the weights. Cool. Which means we can probably load up on... well, those are smalls. I don't want smalls. I want larges. Probably take a few large shots over there to start with. Yeah, that's probably enough. Alright, back over to... let's see, we're probably out here, technically, right? Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Clearly, we need to... oh, interesting. That is, oh, did not expect that. I thought I had something under me still. Ooh, that really hurt. Ouchies, ouchies, ouchies. Okay. Oh, I see. I hit the wrong thing. That's what Alright, we'll put that one back. Well, there's all kinds of missing here, isn't there? It does not like... it probably doesn't like this being in the way, right? Is that what it is? And I hope leaving the area and then come back didn't mess up the blueprint. It's definitely still trying. The problem is that it doesn't really tell me where to hit it or what it's missing right now. Must be up there somewhere on this side, I guess. Okay. I mean, usually there's like a place. What am I missing? Ooh, I do seem to be low on planks. What? Well, the only thing I figure is I'm low on planks and timbers here. I think I've got everything else, and I still have some weights in my inventory, so it didn't take the weights out. So it's got to be the planks and timbers, right? Or is there some other thing? Almost did it again. Okay, get out of here. Oh, actually, I was kind of low on health there already. I guess it's good that I didn't. What the heck am I missing here? Rope. Of course. Of course. One rope. Alright, so theoretically, if I get the one rope and go back and smack it, it should just magically appear. And a little nervous about that because it was looking not like it was all there. So we're gonna need the rope anyway. So let's get the rope. Let's get the food. Oh, let's grab the rest of the ammunition too, since we got the space now. Might even take this. Yep. And back here. Okay. Now. Can I just hit it down here? No, of course not. Let's get rid of that. Boom! That was it. That was it. Look at all that. It's all in. It's all in. Ready to go. Yep, Fallon's going playing creative now. Yeah, sometimes you just have to go to creative to really to get things done. Well, shoot, now it's nighttime over here. I wish I would have brought some flaming large projectiles. This would have been ideal. I don't really. I mean, wasn't it kind of light over here when we first came over? I thought so. It gets dark fast, I guess. Okay, well, anyway, what we can do is we can start by setting down that rack thing. Where'd it go? Did I not actually get it back? It appears that I did not actually get it back. Oh, is that something I gotta build? I don't even remember what it was called. was ammunition something or other. Oh, definitely not. Nah, I need a crafting table and stuff. Okay, well anyway, it doesn't matter. I can just use it. Forgot to blueprint. Oh. Before we even start, we know we need to pick these 3 things up. Remove that one beam right there. And just to give it the maximum optimization that we can give it. Alright, come on, okay. Maximum optimization that we can give it for rope length. And now we're ready to actually use the rope. Alright, let's get our first shot, see how close we are. I'm pretty sure we're going to be way short of our target. It's over that way. Man, I need to go get some flaming balls. Some flaming balls. Okay. Away it goes. Woocha! Where? Oh, yeah, definitely way short, but are we even lined up? Maybe I can find them. Where did it end up? Oh, that's the other problem. Finding the lost ammo, or finding the ammunition afterwards. Especially if you're not having it, especially if you don't have the flaming version of it. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure we can call that short because we didn't get no impact. Now, can I roll this the regular way? Yeah, awesome. See, sometimes when you place the blueprint, you gotta roll it backwards, and then other times when you place the blueprint, you gotta hold. I mean, sometimes when you place it, you gotta hold shift, and sometimes you don't. This time, apparently, I didn't have to hold shift. That's just nice. I don't like having to hold shift. Well, it does seem like what? Oh, shoot! I should have put the weight in the basket when it was down low. Well, here, we just release it and bring it back down. It's definitely floppy with no with no weight, or with no ammunition in it. It definitely likes to flop. All right, so we know we need to get up to the thing. It seems like that doesn't even have any effect on it, right? Yeah, not really. Which means whatever weights that I still have left, I can place in the basket. That would seem to be all I have on me. We're gonna have to build more. We're gonna make more, obviously. If we want to make it to the target. Alright, let's see if that... I'm really kind of... Well, I should remove that one staircase just to... Yeah, because I feel like it's already causing me problems. Get out of there. Yeah, this seems to be fine because that's below the level of the of where the ball actually skids at. All right, well, I guess find out how far it goes now. I'm gonna try to chase this one this time so we can see where it lands. Oh, can kind of see silhouette. Oh, kind of see it. Lost it. But it looks like... Did it go over? Did we go past it? I mean, it could have rolled over all the way this way, right? Possibly. So this is where I really need a spotter. Okay. But it definitely seems like we need to go. We need to shoot it to the right a little bit. I mean to the right a little bit. So if we just need to go to the right a little bit. Ugh, no stamina. We just need to go to the right just a little bit, then we could place it in this cup, and that should do just to the right a little bit. I'm gonna try something different this time. I'm gonna try to use my spyglass. So let me remember. Okay, maybe. All right, let's connect that to spyglass selected. Oh! Impact! Impact, guys. Oh man, we're gonna have to wait till the sun comes up for some more, but using the thing to throw it just a little to the right. And yeah, impact. Boom. So the first two shots, well, for one, they just didn't hit the tower. They went past the tower. They would have, and then when they hit, they probably rolled. So they're way out here somewhere. They're likely to be out here somewhere. Though the block could be completely destroyed, I suppose, with the amount of force that is being thrown with. But yeah, that's the thing. See, now that the problem is now we to hit the gate, we got to go a lot to the right, or even get close to the gate. And we probably want to be a little bit lower because we want to take out that lowest level of wall, right? Man, I really should go get the flaming projectiles because they're slightly heavier. So they would well, I might need more weight. I don't know. So, place ball, pick the ball up, put the ball over here. Hey. You. Okay. I mean, I'd like it forward just a hair. Actually, you know, being a tad short might actually be okay. Wait. This is the right side, yeah? As in the right and the right. Yes, it is. Alright, let's get ready to follow it. Boom! It did get over just a hair more to the right than before, but and it gave us full projectile. There's the remains of the projectile right there. Yay, we can reclaim that one. I imagine there's another piece of projectile around here somewhere from the first hit. It probably went a little further this way though. In these bushes somewhere. Yeah, it'll be a lot easier to find in the daytime. Well, there we go. We hit the same spot as the first time. So now this is the problem with this, is that really the only way to aim it, I only have a little bit of variation in my aim. there's probably ways to get more variation. Oh, not that. But yeah, this is much smoother action than what we had with the other monstrosity that I had assembled over at a castle there. But yeah, I think this works exactly as it's supposed to, as far as I'm concerned, or as far as the Trebuchet is concerned, I should say. So maybe like a little more forward yet. No, that's not the right thing. I want this. Okay, you need to stay right there. There. It's got just a hint of slope because the grid itself was actually established over there, and you know, gravity, it's a planet. we're not directly over the gravity, where I mean, we're parallel with the grid over there, we're just not level as according to the gravity at this location. Perfectly anyway. Alright, well maybe I can like nudge it forward and then connect. Can I just nudge you forward? It's because it needs to be forward a bit, I think, from this. Okay, whatever. Here. Alright, I'm going to fire it and just run up and see if I can get close enough to see it without using the eyeglass. Spyglass. There it is. Oh. I mean, I could kind of see the damage happening. We hit that same spot again. Of course. Hey, look, there's a piece of a projectile. One much left of that one. Oof. Was that the one that just hit? Maybe. Could be. Yeah, maybe maybe some of the other projectiles didn't survive. Yeah, like it's three hits to that piece of wall, still hasn't got through. Oh, we've damaged the... Oh, so there's an underlying stone cube. That's going to be some serious foundation support. So that's what I'll say. You really... If I want to get through this gate, I'd be much better to aim closer to the actual gate portion. Because even if I did get through that piece of wall, that's a solid block right there. I need to hit this piece of wall right here. Well, that's still a stone cube. That's like 2 stone cubes. You got stone cube there, and stone cube there. Yeah, even if I do break this wall, I'd still need some kind of invading ladder to get up in and into the building and through. If this was a part of a much bigger fortification, of course. Obviously, I can just walk around, right, on this one. But, yeah, presumably this would be part of a wall, like a big fortification. This would just be a gate. Oh, man, yeah, so it's actually a well-made gate. So really the best way for me to gain entry would be to hit right here. Now, I wouldn't know that if it wasn't for the fact that I built it. But that's not the easiest little spot to hit, you know, because you got the pillar here and a pillar here too that you could occasionally accidentally hit if you're trying to focus your fire on this spot. And then there's actually, what, I guess there's 2 or 3. There's just 2. There's just this one spot here. That would be the best spot to hit it if I could. Now, as far as this thing goes, the only way I'm going to hit it with this would be to actually deconstruct it and move it over. that much, you know, about this much. Or a bit. Okay, there's definitely something coming for me. I hear the battle music. Maybe. I mean, there's definitely barbarian right over there. So he doesn't seem to like he really knows that I'm here. He's just kind of going in circles in the woods with his torch out. He lost. But I mean, I really want to come back and show you guys this in the daytime, but let's see. Who all here was not here? So I need someone to speak up in the comments here. Hey, trashed myself during yard work this morning. Just woke up from an unexpected nap. I think I'm gonna watch today. I just now noticed that comment. Not. But were you here earlier? Who all that's watching now was not here when we were in creative earlier, and we talked about all of the dimensions and all that stuff for the blueprint and why. Well, I don't think we talked about why it works, because that's really hard for me to put into understandable stuff. But the ratios of this is pretty simple, and unfortunately, you can't see nothing over here right now. So I think I'm gonna get the heck out of here. But it's set up and ready to throw a few more catapult balls whenever. We could definitely come back and grab a flaming ball, but remember, flaming balls are a little heavier, so it might not actually reach the hole all the way to the the gate thing over there. Hey, deer! Deer! That's why I don't like them, because they knock my catapult around. You! Deer! I have no torch? I have no torch. Urgh! Well, that one's totally spazzing. Okay, you. Got him. You're making me mad. Anyway, I just want to come back over here. I don't think I'm actually going to go over there to throw flaming projectiles. Although, as fun as that sounds, it's nighttime and all. We already proved that it works good. I think it's time to just go back over to creative and do the two things that we were going to do and over and create. Well, I don't think it. So is nobody here? So everybody here has seen and heard me talk about all the ratios and how it works. I can just go straight to load game from right here? I did not realize that. Well, that's awesome. Straight from the server right into the save world. So yeah, anyway, I published this on the Steam Workshop if anybody wants to mess with it. Like I said earlier when we were messing with it and showing everything and talking about it, we did figure out that it wasn't perfectly optimized. So we made yeah, but we're gonna leave it the way it is on the workshop, because the way it is works, and it works good. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is like, let's find out how far it shoots when we fully load the bucket, the basket, that is, with the metal weights. It's going to be a lot of weight, though. That's going to be like twice what it's got now, pretty much, because it's only the first two layers are filled in on the bottom of that basket of weights. So do you think what's your prediction, guys? Is it going to shoot twice as far as it does now, or is it going to shoot further than that, or less than twice? What do you think? Is my chat frozen or something? Nobody's talking. Still waiting for the purple to disappear. Go away, purple. See, on here... Wait, let me try it. See? No, see, it's spinning the right way, right? It's spinning the right way, but it's not pulling the rope down. So that's just weird to me. So I gotta actually hold shift to get this one to actually feed in. No doubt, Fallen, no doubt. Okay. So, for those that missed it, or in case you were jumping around through the replay and missed it, here we go. I'm going to go over this one more time. Sorry for the repetitiveness today, guys, but I mean, it's a relatively simple concept once you it's just not simple math. Yeah, just not simple math. Okay, so the distance from this axle to the axle that holds the weight, that is your L1, your length 1. Your L2 is L1 times 4, and then that is the length of the arm. So your arm should be 4 times as long as the butt. I guess we want to call it the butt. Anyway, so yeah, whatever this number is, and this happens to be 10 in our case because we used the full length timber, 10. So then we used 4 full length timbers for 40 out to the tip. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your arms here are tall enough that you can get your arm down to a 45-degree angle. And that is the optimal starting angle for a launch, 45 degrees. You want to make sure that that arm can be pulled down to 45 degrees. And you want your rope to be pretty level with the ball. It could be up or down just a hair, but you want it to be pretty level with the projectile. And I highly recommend that you make sure that your rope drum's out of the way so that there's nothing in the way of the projectile as it comes down these slides. And then just pulls up into the air at the end. And then the kind of the science behind it is it gets that nice gentle start, but then like at some point as it's coming down, basically when the arm is level, right? When the arm is level, it reaches its maximum fulcrum force or something like that. And it picks up a lot more speed right then, which also corresponds to about the time that the ball comes off of the slide and starts to make its arc, which allows for a much larger arc than would be. Yeah, anyway, that's generally how it works. But so this distance equals that distance times 4, and then the length of the rope we actually determined to be 3 times the distance of that L1 measurement. So everything's a kind of a ratio. So you could build this to any scale that you want. You could build a little smaller, you could build a little bigger. And then the weight pretty much needs, what we got 50, what did we say, 50 tons? 50,000, 100 times 50. No, so sorry, 5,000. We've got 5,000 kilograms in there to start with, and that gives us a pretty good base throw. Now, And yeah, let's throw one so you guys can see where they so you can see where they land in case you missed it earlier. We'll just do the one right down the middle and fling. Oh, also notice how it didn't do nothing. It really didn't do anything. Like, it's not going right. So I've noticed that in order to get these small grid things to work, sometimes the player just has to be a certain distance from it, you know, or close to it. That was kind of weird because it usually doesn't work when I'm that far away, but okay, I'll take it. So yep, that went right through the open gate. We probably should close the gate, man. These guys got their gates open. All willing. Oh, that one was closed. Okay. Yeah, keep it closed. All right. So there we go. As you can see, in the default, you know, according to with the blueprint, that's the blueprint right there. Pretty good distance for its throw, I would think. I think. And just so you can see the grid lines. That is basically one area away. So by default, it can throw one area, approximately. Now, the only other thing I want to do before we, before we call this subject flog to death, flog it to death, is fill this basket all the way up with weight. Maybe we should do 2 different tests. We'll put one more layer in, which I'm not sure. What are they? 7x7? So it's going to add another 60 minus the 4 from the corners. So yeah, it's going to add another 60 weight blocks. 6 times 5 is 3. Is that another 3,000? No. That would be my original calculations off. Anyway, let's try it with that much more weight. Let's add that much more weight. And we'll reload it. And we'll see how far it goes now. It should go way past castle this time. In fact, we should give ourselves a behind target. Alright, in fact, F10. We did want to look at our barn in creative and check out some of its or figure out what's up with its where would be a good place. Kind of need to be, there we go. It's not bad. Might even be in line for a target. Okay. And then one thing I wanted to do was turn on structural integrity mode. Whoa. Oh yeah, there's no problem with this at all. It's got all kinds of structural integrity. I mean, the roof pits are maybe hair yellow. I don't know why that red. Oh, I know why that's red. Because that bit on the bottom's probably not actually. Wait a minute. Hold on here. The front door is not there. Aww. The custom door work doesn't come with it. Okay. So that's why there's a slight structure integrity decrease rate on these 2 blocks, but meh. I don't think I gotta worry about it falling down. I think I'm fine. Yeah, this thing's all kinds of messed up. Oh, I don't even know about it. It was something I started trying to build, and then it started falling apart, and I figured I needed to take a look at structure integrity, and I still haven't quite figured out exactly how it works. But anyway, all right, let's load this thing up. We got the extra weight in it. Let's see if we hit the barn, if we go over, we hit the castle still. What happens? We need to know. We need to know how much more range this is going to give us. All right, place your bets right now, guys. I want to see some typing in the chat here. Is it going to go twice as far? Well, no, it's obviously not going to go twice as far. I only added 50% of the weight of the original weight. So is it going to go 50% farther? Less than that? More than that? Alright, well, I guess we'll let it go and find out. Everybody's going to make a guess? I'm going to guess less than 50% more. But we can follow it with group. Whoa! Yeah, a little less. Wait a minute. Actually, hold on. That was pretty linear. That was pretty linear. That was kind of like almost exactly 50% more. Pretty linear. So I'm thinking we fill this up all the way, we should get twice the original range. Because it'll be twice the weight. Now, nothing says you can't go higher than, you know, you can't even add more weight to this. It's just, you know, weight blocks are expensive. I mean, how much do you want to invest in it, right? Like, you also have to consider, like, what happens if the enemy comes out and steals all these from you, you know? Or takes your trebuchet or all your hard-earned metals. So, I guess that's just something you gotta consider if it's worth it, you know, to build the trebuchet. Now, for my money, if I was going up against somebody that was just small and I didn't plan on, you know, being there for a long time, assaulting them, I wouldn't bother with a trebuchet. I would just use my tripod, get up close enough that I could throw large stones and hit the base of their walls and stuff like that. That's probably what I would actually do, just to keep the war cheap, you know. So this is expensive. This is a super expensive war machine. All right, this should hit the barn. Oh, hang on. Go. Oh, is it gonna go over? Nope. Nope, nope. Boom. Oh yeah, hit the roof. Bounced right off. But yeah, that's pretty linear. I added twice the weight. It went about twice as far. Alright, well there you go. That's everything to know about trebuchets and medieval engineers. I don't know what else there's to say about these things. I mean, there is another type of trebuchet, which I'm not going to even attempt to build or try to cover today. I think Oleg mentioned it earlier. He just gave the acronym, and I can't remember exactly how it is. It's following something something. I think. But yeah, there are a couple of other trebuchet designs, and there is one I think that would even work in medieval engineers. But again, you're gonna have to have a ton of weights because, as we discussed, these don't actually work. They don't have any weight. Like, the contents has no weight according to the physics engine most of the time. Every now and then it'll be like, oh hey, this has some stuff in it and it weighs a whole bunch, and then suddenly the pendulum will like flop down and it'll stay down. But not in my modded game. It seems that only really happens in my vanilla game as much, which I guess shouldn't be too surprising because I have mods that modify the slots, the amount of slots in all these things, and that probably confuses that situation. Anyway, you can't rely on it for sure. 99% of the time it's probably not going to work, so just don't do it. Just use weights. Just use weights if you're trying to make a trebuchet. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about these guys. But yeah, Blueprints on the on Steam if you want to play with it yourself. I feel like it's about as best as you can do, or about as basic as, or about as best as you can do with a basic trebuchet. That's what I was trying to say. You do, and you got 5 points of launch. There's a little bit of control to the left and right. Now, just keep in mind you got very little control to the left and right. Though, if we were trying to hit the front of the barn or trying to hit to the other side of the barn, now that we're throwing it a lot farther, I betcha there's going to be a much bigger difference in the amount of, well, of course, I betcha. Like, it's obvious. Like, it's common sense. The variation on the aim is going to be bigger because we're throwing it farther. So it has, you know, it's going to have a wider range at the end. So I guess the farther you are away, the more you can affect the range. Now, the thing is, if you want to, you know, dial in hitting something, what you're probably going to want to do is like take the ammunition out of your inventory. I'm not out of ammo here. Why? Go. Oh, actually, I know why I won't go in that one. Because I got that plank there, and I don't like that. And that's okay. Because I can always just pick it up and put it there. But we want to go the other way. We actually want to go pick it up and put it there, because we want to go the other way, to the right, and let's see what kind of where this ends up. Now we should be able to see it kind of like do the swagger. If I'm going to try to like launch it and then back up so you can see it kind of. Well, yeah, you definitely could see that it was going to the side. Oh! Perfect hit. I nailed that right there. I'll say, do I have a hammer on any of these parts? I do not. Let's grab one out, because I need a hammer on your bar in order to be able to see the damage level. Ooh! Almost completely took that piece of wall out. It's got like 2 hit points left. Nice. Which means if I toss another 2 right at that, I mean, if it was if my shots are consistent, I'll go right through there with the next shot. And I bet they are. I bet they're pretty consistent. But at least over here in creative, you guys can see what's going on. I have control of the sun and the weather and all that stuff, so I feel like this is a better way to demonstrate this thing, at least. And, you know, I can give myself whatever target I want to as well, so. Pick it up, put it over there. Hook it up. Alright, let's try to follow this one better. Whoosh! There she goes. Oh, that one hit the roof. Well, not super consistent, but hey, still causing damage. That one went a little further than the last one. So this, you know, there's some variation, which is good. And then I probably, the only other thing that I did to this, and most people wouldn't, maybe it doesn't really matter too much, but you should be aware that this is not the default setting on this hook. In fact, I increased the release angle to 20%. Normally it's 10. And the release pitch to negative 20%. Normally it's 0. You can fiddle with those numbers to get slightly different results. Pretty much adjusting them is probably going to make it shoot shorter. It's either going to throw the ball higher which is going to give it a much bigger arc, which is good if you're trying to like get over a wall and have the ball come down on the target. But you're not going to have as much range. And then the other, if you go the other way, it doesn't have as much arc, which means it does fall shorter, but it slams straight into the wall. Like, say you're throwing way over a wall or something like that, and you're missing your target, you could bring it down. You could increase the pitch to say like -40, except now when I throw that ball, I guess I wasn't done. Now when yeah, we got more to talk about. Now when I throw this ball, it's going to pitch down a lot more. It's going to wait, and it's going to hold on to the ball longer and pitch it harder forward, but not as much up. So it's going to land close. I'm loaded. Okay. It's going to land closer, but oh, here we got to put it in that one first. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with flipping it around this time to the other thing. Here, you'll be able to see. We might even hit the castle right here. But this should be a much shorter throw, but with more velocity forward. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you see the kind of low angle that it went in at? Now, if I want to hit this castle with all that straightforward force, I would just keep increasing that angle a bit until I hit the wall where I wanted to hit the wall. But then, because we're using the extra weight and we have all that extra force, we're hitting it even with more force than we would if we had only half the weight and we were just, lobbing it into it. Now, alternatively, if we go the other direction, let's see here, get in here. We go the other direction. Let's go back to 0 now. And now you'll see that it goes way, way up in the air and comes down really hard. Like, this would be good if you're trying to have things fall on, like if you're trying to not have something come down in the middle of a courtyard or whatever like that. Or aiming for something that's in the middle of something, a bunch of other things. I guess that would be the scenario here. And we could even increase that some more if we want to really make it go arc up. But we are going to lose, again, we're going to lose some more of our, we're going to lose our forward distance, but we're going to gain altitude now. Woo-choo! Way up there. Oof. And really not a lot. I really didn't lose a lot of distance with that. So I'd have to go a lot further. Like, okay, let's say we want to actually have the ball come down somewhere on this gate. So we'd have to really increase that variable. So we could also change the release angle. The release yaw is like more for the left and right. It even tells you in the tooltip there, yaw of the release affect the left and right position. We don't need to worry about that unless we actually are trying to throw it to the left and right. Then we may want to worry about that. But most of the time, you want to leave that one alone. And that is the reason I increased my release angle in the first place, because it makes it easier to do a little bit left and a little bit right without having to change these. I can just do it right off the fly without having to come in here and change the yaw release to get that right and left angle a little bit, because there's a cone of acceptable angles at a release. So basically I could be as much as 20 degrees to left or right and it would still release the ball and without a problem. So that's a pretty good degree of variation, and my troughs down there don't even allow for that. So I feel like it's a good compromise. So what if we decrease this even more? So we were at a negative before, so let's go to 20, right? So that puts it back, right? You can see where it ended up there. the cone of acceptable angles. So should really pop it up in the air, like way up in the air, and shorten the distance that it is throwing it overall. So, okay, and then after this, I'm not sure what else I could talk about. This really should be the last thing I need to talk about. And as far as your design of if you're designing your own, and you're following that 1-4-3 principle, which I think is pretty good. And then you 45-degree angle here, and your level right here, and keep your rope drum out of the way. Those are the main things that we. But anyway, let's pop this thing up in the air. This should be a high fly. Pop fly to left field. Whoa! Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you can see that it is up there. Wow, it is up there. But yep, there we go. Now, you remember when we went the other direction, we kind of got it to fling hard into this position, kind of went over the castle, but it still ended up in this general vicinity. But there you go. That's how you adjust where the ball's gonna land without having to change the weight. And it also gives you an idea, like let's say we just want to wing one right into that castle wall, like at full force, and we're already so let's go -60. That should just give us like right straight into the wall, right? Maximum force. Now, if it's -60 too much, it might end up just slamming the ball into the ground in front of the castle and destroying the ball before it actually gets to the wall. But we'll find out in just a shake. And go. Boom! It did bounce off the ground, but it still had a massive effect. Okay. So there you go. So that's how you deal with that, Next, I would want to. It's a lot easier to do that when you're. That was a little too low though, so probably want to back it back off to about 55. So I want to see what happens when we directly slam into the wall, or a piece of the wall. Of course, it's probably got some damage from previous shots already, but we'll still get a good idea of what's going on. But yeah, we can just sit there just that angle all day to get, and that way. Well, and then the other reason we want to adjust the angle instead of decreasing the weight is we want to use all the weight we possibly have or can. Because the more weight, the more power your ball is going to have. Boom! Oh, yes. That is massively destructive. I love it. Okay. Well, there you guys go. Have it. There you have it, guys. Everything you ever wanted to know about trebuchets in medieval engineers. At least I hope it was everything you ever wanted to know. I mean, if it wasn't, let me know in the comments. Did I miss something? Did we like I said, this is only one type of trebuchet. I'm not covering all the other ones. This is just your classic basic trebuchet. But there it is. I think this is it's doable. It's doable for early game, I think, even for most people. I mean, it's 100 weight blocks for the basic model, which gives you, like I said, it gives you that one area toss. If you want more, you just keep adding more weight. And because I made the weight block basket the way I did, you could easily increase this to much, much heavier weights. The frame and the catch blocks and stuff can support a lot more weight. And I found that the side-to-side beams, the ones that come out to the side, really don't seem to be necessary. These supports are more than enough. These 45s are more than enough, it seems, to keep to deal with the forces. Most of the forces are front to back. There's very, very little side-to-side force. So those side supports I don't think are necessary in the video game. In real life, I would definitely have them. Excuse me, guys. The only other thing I would note is if you're using this and you're trying to shoot to left or right, the trods are very hit or miss. Because if they bump anything or they get a little knock at the wrong time, it can totally change their final trajectory. Sometimes trying to make it go right, I've had it go left. And vice versa. But, you know, it's all something you got to experiment with. There it is, guys. That's it. We're going to wrap up the stream here. Thanks so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks to our sponsors, guys, for making the server possible and all of other things possible. Coffee possible, which I had much earlier today. But thank you so much, guys. And until next time, don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard. But yeah. Boy, I just chewed that exit all the way up. Just chewed it up. Till next time, guys, I'll catch you later.